Good morning. Okay, okay. No problem. Good morning, track fans. Yes, welcome to Sunday Slotcast Sessions with me, Pete Brown. You're here live for the next hour to 2 hours of some awesome Slotcast stuff. I've got the best Scalextric stuff to share with you, and it's the Christmas show. And I've been way too busy to put up any Christmas decorations, of course, because I've been doing slot car content instead. So what do you want? Fluffy design or more content? You decide. Awesome. Good morning. Nice to have your company, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Wow. Where did this year go? Where did it go? So we are here. I'll just do a quick appreciation. Oh, yeah. Well, we don't have, I thought that it might be this show now, the next show next year, but it's not. We got a little cheeky one in between, but we're going to be doing loads of stuff over Christmas because it's Christmas and we got nothing better to do, right? So when do you start for while we let people sort of wake up? Good morning. While we, wait for people to drag their carcasses out of their pits and join us for Sunday slot car sessions. In fact, while we're at it, hit the like button for me before we get into the show and everyone forgets because having too much good socializing going on. But yeah, so while we're waiting, just a little interim while people pile in and sort of shake a leg, as they say. What is anyone who's finished? Who has broken up from work for Christmas now? And who is still to do Monday or Tuesday or like me, both days? So that's right. So I've been saving up those 2 days for ages, not because I like working on Christmas week, but because it's the easiest time to do stuff when no one's around in my line of work. So I'll be watching some HR videos, apparently on how to use a ladder. So no one share this segment with Boone. Booney, I'm glad you made a swift recovery, but I'm still chuckling over your ladder dive, as to is he, by the way. There you go. Right. Oh, Jason's in. Morning. I just saw him pop up here in the chat. So, yeah. Good morning, Jace. How you doing, my friend? Nice to have your company all the way from LA. It must be like the middle of the night and everything there. We'll take that off. Okay, right, let's go. So I'll start from 7:33 because that's when I arrived. Hold on a second. Let's get that light out of the way. I can just see the light in my shining in my glasses when I look up. It's okay. Don't look up. Okay, right, here we go. I'll start from 7:30. This could be a laid-back show. Got some great things to share with you. Some unexpected track focuses, of course, but mainly lots of slot car things, and that's what we want. So here we go. Right, who was first in? First on Saturday, second. Yeah, you can see you got the little hustle here. You got Rob, you've got Dave, and you've got Daz normally hustling for the pole position when the thumbnail comes out. So I thought I'd trip everyone up and put the thumbnail out on Friday this week, not Saturday, yesterday, which is mainly because I had a lot to do, including my wife's Christmas party. And don't worry, I didn't get her the sack or a disciplinary. Yeah, there you go. He's acknowledging it here. And we'll get into it. Right, where are we up to here? 7:30. Come on, 7:30. God, blimey, you guys were active this morning. Love it. So now, special shout out to Steve here, because Steve was like 14-hour shift yesterday. 14-hour shift. Holy shift. See what I did there? And yeah, 14-hour shift, gets home, smashes a couple of Guinnesses, in bed for one, and now up here he has the same outlook on sleep as I do. I'm glad to hear it. So good morning, Steve. Well done. Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Daz. Track fans. Jason's in. Who else has joined us? Probably a load of people have joined and said hello before. So you might have to pop up and say hello again. So I don't miss you out. There you go. Good morning, Tara. Good morning, Fox and Walls. Good morning, Walls and Fox. Did I see Brad's there somewhere as well? Yeah. Good morning, Brad. How you doing, my friend? And Rob is up. Wow. Well, Rob Crossland is a pro, so he's always going to be up. He is literally a walking slot car. You know, you chop him in half. Don't no one take that literally. And slot cars pop out like this. Do you remember like when Pat, bless him, God rest his soul, went fishing that time and was reeling in NSRs and slot cars? Is similar difference. My word. What a year. Good morning. 5 minutes early is on time. On time is late. Isn't that the training? No, the training is to confuse the enemy and be slightly behind schedule. So they're all lined up waiting to ambush you and then boom, on top of them. So anyway, enough about Tic Tacs, not Tic Tacs, the minty fresh sweets. I meant tactics. I will get on. Mark Petch is in. Good morning, Mark. How you doing? Oh, here we go. There feels like something's missing. Yeah, Pete. Right. I'm going to speak to your dad this morning, Albert, and I'm going to get him to hide your Christmas presents. No, I'm not really. Of course I'm not. But hey, guess what? You were late. I didn't notice. Morning, Mac. Mark, there he is. Sorry, I've said hello to Mark. What am I doing? I'm repeating myself now. Only 4 minutes late. Actually, I would have been on time. And this is actually genuine. So my dog, he didn't eat the homework, but he was as good as. He turns up for feeding like 2 minutes before I'm going on air. And as I mentioned, it was the Christmas party. So Mrs. Brown is nowhere to be seen this morning. Brilliant. Boykinator, good morning. How you doing? So anyway, I had to feed the dog. That's why I was slightly delayed. That's the reason, and I'm sticking to it. Good morning, Jace. How you doing? Jace Craig is in with us this morning. It's a bit of a Christmas show. So Merry Christmas, everyone who's just piling in. I'm way behind on the comments at the moment, so I'll just have a quick run through. Oh, Yanto's still awake because he doesn't go to bed on a Friday and Saturday night. He just stays up and missions it. Geezers and Tara, he says. Good morning, Doug. Yanto's up the road there. Yanto's up the road with a brandy for you, a breakfast brandy. Not waking up and having a brandy for breakfast. That's wrong on so many levels. But having a brandy for breakfast because he's been up all night. That's more like it. Yes, definitely don't want a brandy for breakfast. Unless it's traces of brandy in the mince pies, the mince meat in the mince pies that you just cooked, which I'm going to be doing straight after the show. Because I think I've got a visitor this morning. Looking forward to that. And it's nice to hang out on a Sunday morning, especially more so that it's Christmas. I'm really holding back from breaking into Christmas songs because I think that if I start singing Christmas carols, that's it. Firstly, I'll break the internet. And secondly, everyone will leave the show. You guys can sing Christmas carols because I can't. No one can hear them. In fact, I could probably visualize Tara sat there now. It's Christmas time. And all of this business. Merry Christmas. There you go. See, now we're talking. We've all got, half of the room has got Volvo 850 BTCC on their Christmas card list. For those of you who are, I wouldn't say living under a rock, but let's say on up to speed, this is the car that is on most people's Christmas card lists. Fabulous piece of kit. Now, you obviously know I'm a bit biased, so you got to show the police Volvo 850 because if Des is watching or Des is catching up later, Des knows all about the police cars. And the little challenge that I've got now is obviously there's going to be less police cars for me to find because Des is actively looking for them. Looking at you, Des. Oh, my word. No, it's Doug. His name's not Ellie. It's just Doug, okay? It's just Doug, not Ellie Doug. This isn't the Waltons. Yeah, good morning, Dave. Good morning. Welcome aboard. I literally just about caught up almost. Still got to work Monday and Tuesday. Oh, yes. All done for work. Get in there, Jace. What do you do for a living, Jace? To be able to have been finished already. Rob's finished for a couple of weeks. I'm finishing on Tuesday off midday, I think. If Gary, that's my boss. If you're watching this, just to let you know, I'm finishing midday on Tuesday. Nice one, fella. No, Peter Dickinson told me I could. That's me baiting the salespeople. It's an in-joke. Don't worry. Whoa, that is bright. Hang on. Let's try that. Okay. I'll have it one more on that one. That's a bit better. Blimey, I turned into... Went really bright for a second. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so 11:30 at night, so it's quarter to midnight now. Excellent work, Jason. I tell you what, you can't, if you're in LA and you need a pit boss for a race, I mean, you got to get your people to talk to Jason's people to see what can be arranged. You can never go direct with a megastar like that. It's always by his people, and his people know how to drive a bargain, I tell you. But then when Jace turns up to be your pit boss, your tires, your lube, your engine, your alignment for the start is very important. Just don't put the track on the car. Put the track on the car positioned, ready for the perfect line. That's what he gives you. That's what he gives you. So, you know, if I'm in town, no chance. It's pre-booked a year ahead. So, yeah, if you're looking for a pit boss stateside, Jace is your man. Got to work the 30th and the 31st. Wow. Wow. 30th and 31st. Okay. The internet waits for no man, Dave. I have Monday and Tuesday to do Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Hang on. Sorry. Okay, it's good. I've been having a bit of a flare up with the hernia, so just catch my breath there. Caught it. Oh, back to work on the Saturday. Oh, no rest for the wicked. Okay, working all but Christmas Day. Yeah, but, you know, you like what you do, so it's not really work, is it? You know, you're not getting no sympathy out of us, Tara. You love what you do. Did I see Dick just arrive? Yes, Dick. Good morning. There he is, Dick Guerin at DG Raceway, the hottest Australian live stream on the planet every fortnight. Okay. Cozzy, good morning. Good actual morning. Don't know how to broach this, mate. You said it was okay to mention it on the show. And it's really, really not cool. Okay, everyone in the chat, I'm going to say this and then we're going to, Cozzy, I'm going to move on with the positive banter to keep you in the game, my friend. Sadly, Cozzy's wife passed away a day or so ago. So sincere condolences with you, my friend. That is not something that any of us want to go through whatsoever. And I've got to tell you, I was having a chat with Cozzy here on the screen at the UK Slot Winter Market, and stoic springs to mind. It's something that I can't imagine. And they've been together like 30 plus years. This is awful news, mate. Awful news. Now, he did say to me last night while we were messaging to mention it, and not cool, mate. But look, all our hearts and our feelings are with you. We're going to get into the show. We're going to make it positive place for you to be distracted for 2 seconds, because if you can even be that in this situation, I have no idea. It's not something I've been through, not something I'm looking forward to going through. God forbid it happens in that order. But mate, you got a good network around you. You know, you got good family. You got amazing friends here. We're all here for you, man. Aid will come down. I'll come up. Whatever you need, just give us a shout. It's not a big shout for what you're going through. So, Cozzy, we're all thinking of you, mate. Right? We're going to get back into it now, because blimey. Yeah, so he is going to be doing this, Doug, for distraction. Great lead in to get out of this. Well done, mate. Thank you for that. So, Cozzy, you keep it real. Why can't I see you, Pete? I don't know. Mum? I don't know. Good morning, Jace. Good morning, Shell. Good morning. And Merry Christmas, Road Tramp. Stu. Like it. Des is awake. Good morning. Everyone's piled in. Right, I'll tell you what we need to do. I'm going to catch myself up. So, yeah, I'm just going to shout a few of these out for you, Cozzy. Oh, we've been through this, Mum. We've been through this. I didn't have time because I was making content. So, Cozzy, from Brad's, from Rob, from my mum, from Daz, from Steve. Oh, I did not know that, Dave. My God. Sorry to hear that too. Fox and Walls, Tara, Anders, Jason, Doug, DG, Boykinator, McLean when he catches up, Des. Yeah, all with you, brother. You can see that. You can see that in the chat. And we all love you, mate. That's the end of it. We all absolutely love you to bits. Houston says, a woof woof. That is the sweetest dog out there. Right, and at almost 7 p.m. here and being called for dinner. Rock and roll, Dick. Rock and roll. Tell them Sunday Slotcast Sessions is on at this time. There's no movement. Why dinner? Tell them to bring it to you. Anyone would think it's like Christmas week or something. And Dick's trying to like edge himself for some proper Christmas presents. Mate, dinner at this time on a Sunday isn't going to get you a Christmas present at this stage. Our partners, right, mostly our partners, have already bought all of our Christmas presents in September and October because they're wired like that nowadays. So all of these like smoking hot releases you might have saw last night on my video, no chance. Okay, cool. No, don't push it. Yeah, don't push it because you'll end up underneath your track. Brilliant. Where's the Christmas tree and why aren't you rocking around it? Why? Because I've been too busy, mate. That's why. Making content. I'll tell you what, let's have an interjection here. We'll start with racing replicas, shall we? Right, there we go. Boosh. And there we go. We are back. See, look, this is what we like to see. This is what commitment looks like, Dick. This is what dedicated track fans look like. Well done, Fox and Walls. Never lets me down. Excuse me. I'm more wincing than coughing. Yeah, man, they look good, eh, Cozzy? They look smart. That's Pete Shepherd at Racing Replicas. Where's my Santa hat? I left it on the dance floor last night at the Christmas party. That was a good party. Right. I'll tell you what, let's get on with it. We did come here to see a slot car show and all that, you know, me chopsing on. But a life story. Oh, there you go. All right, cool. Okay, then. So, what we do always, especially since it's Christmas, and Christmas is what it's all about for the young track fans. So, you might notice we've got a new track fan on the board. So, we'll get down to that in a minute. I'll introduce him, as always, as a new fledgling top track fan. Right, let's go. Albert Wilf in the chat this morning. Good morning, Albert and Wilf. Lewis and Eleanor, good morning. Liam, Ruben, Jack, good morning. Rowan, don't know if he's watching with Dad, but hey, who knows? Lewis, good morning. Elliot, good morning. Mia, good morning. Jacob and Orson and Owen, good morning. Mason, Charlotte, Leo up in Nottingham, good morning. And Cam over to West Midlands, good morning. So we got Jacob up in North Staffs, Emily, George, Olivia, Jack, George in Oxford, Bailey, Logan, Sophia, youngest track fan out there, Raymond, my youngest nephew, number 3. Will we have a number 4 this year? Who knows? Stay tuned. Good morning from the valleys, says Teddy, Maskin and Archie. And did you think I'd missed out a couple of people? Maybe. Well, I'll come to them in a minute. But our newest track fan is the grandson of no other than the living legend on YouTube, Lee's Slot Cars. So Mr. Lee, grandson Stanley coming into the fold. He's got a couple of cars. I think Lee sorted him out some track. He's on it. He's up and coming superstar. So look at that. But there are 2 particular track fans that I haven't mentioned yet. And I don't know whether you sharp, eagle-eared people heard it or not, or what I didn't say. But there's 2 particular track fans who are absolutely buzzing, ready for Christmas. They are, of course, Benji and Jacob Edwards, everyone. Look at the grins on their faces. This is what Christmas is all about. So well done, guys, for reminding us old fossils that Christmas is about fun and happiness, not about the price, okay? Not about how little you'll have in January to spend on slot cars, but how much fun you're going to enable the young track fans to have at Christmas, whether it's going somewhere for Christmas dinner, whether it's waking up at someone's relative's house for Christmas morning, who knows? But these guys are absolutely buzzing for Christmas. Look at that. All I want for Christmas is Wi-Fi. I misread it when I first saw it, and I thought it said, all I want for Christmas is a wife. And I was like, that is kind of the humour that Doug would put his kids in the jumper of. But then I read it properly. It says Wi-Fi. So just to be sure, all other young track fans out there, Benji and Jacob are actually asking for Wi-Fi, not a wife. So, oh my, blimey. So hang on. While I've been chatting away and shouting out young track fans, Keith turned up. Look, Keith is awake. Who knew Keith could get up at this time of the morning? And also sneaking in under the radar. Good morning, Gov, he says. Good morning, Tony. Oh, I like it. Nice. Tony Tibbs slot escape with an Australia flag there. Interesting. Didn't know you was Australian, Tone. Yes. I need to check that out. I haven't seen that. Wi-Fi, booyah, exactly is what young track fans need. No, I'll make a correction for all the young track fans out there, because I include myself in there. Wi-Fi is good, but what you need is good Wi-Fi, okay? Because if you've ever tried using the Wi-Fi on a train in England, no chance. Well, Britain, I should say, because I'd imagine that the whole of the country is absolutely useless Wi-Fi on a train, because you got like 600 people trying to use a SIM card Wi-Fi. That's why it's rubbish. So there you go. I don't think you can get a wife just like that on Christmas. I don't know. Have a great show. Yep, nice one. Well, enjoy. Yes, enjoy your video call. Well, tell the granddaughter to tune in. Hang on a second. We're missing a trick here, Jay. We're missing a trick here. She should be watching the show. I'm jesting. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Benji and Jacob. Merry Christmas to you boys. I hope you have a great time with your dad and your mum and your family this year. As to all young track fans out there, do the right thing. Do not set fire to the Christmas tree, okay? Just saying. Right, okay, so last week we had a competition announcement. That's right. That Tara at 1 in 32 scale strictly figures. Boosh got it right again, only because I'm reading it. And Magnetic Racing, you can see here, Mag fans. They have stepped up and they wanted to do a pre-Christmas competition to say thank you to all the young track fans out there that got involved with them this year and brought figures, whether it was unpainted or painted, or bought buildings or bought scenery, or got some stuff from these guys. They wanted to give back and said, thank you very much, you guys. Really appreciate everything you've done supporting us through the year. Let's sort you out. So here they come with a fantastic competition. I'll just remind you what the competition was. So I got these load of these figures sent to me, packaged them up. So you got one each of everything in those 4 packs there. And then because there were paintbrushes involved, you can just see them to just the center, sort of mid-center upwards of the screen there. Because they were involved, Mag Racing got involved and said, no, we need to sort you out with a paintbrush holder. Can't just have them laying around on the side. You know, the dog might eat them. So we'll get you a paintbrush holder and we'll get you a billboard sign. And awesomely, I've got to say, oh yeah, it's right here. Oh yeah. I tell you, I'm having some right aggro with the old hernia wound. And a nice touch is, and this is what I like about this community, the nice touch is that they sent down the billboard, as you can see there, but in a completely selfless gesture. The billboard sticker they sent was not their own, not Mag Racing, but Tara's sticker to acknowledge her kind gesture at getting. I'll do it for you, Mum. There you go. Slap around here. Getting the competition on the go. So I am very proud to announce that we have had some entries in the comments section, and we can do some competition announcement winning. So quick reminder, the question was, how many cars did Scalextric release this year? The clue was to go back to the video I put out in January and have a look at that. It was a bit of a red herring, I must admit. So I've actually loosened up my winning criteria, which is unusual for me because I'm a stickler for getting the right answer. You must have the right answer or you don't win, because the amount of times I've been out by a letter and not one is not fair. However, I do recognize that this might be slightly misleading in the result, in the clue that I said, go and have a look at the video thumbnail, because it said on there, I think 45 or something like that. However, what it doesn't take into account is Christmas surprise releases. And I'm not sure if the box sets are counted in that number either. So what I've done is I've thought to myself, right, how can I make this sort of without repercussion? So I've decided a bracket. If you got an answer between 45 and 53, can't say fairer than that, right? Then I'll honour you winning. So we have 2 winners of the 4 prizes. That's right, 2 winners. Okay, which means there's 2 sets spare. And now I'm a big believer in lesson learning from a young age. So young track fans, if you can be bothered to get up and enter the competition, you ain't going to get a rosette for free. This isn't your school sports day here, where if you just turn up and come in 5th place, you get a rosette. Never happened in my day. You got a year's worth of abuse from your pupils, from your mates for being 5th place. That's what you got. So what I'm going to do with the 2 remaining sets, for all the people that turned up for the live show, thank you very much. I'm going to competition them out towards the end. Now it's going away a little bit from the criteria that Tara set out, but we've gone down the route of the criteria. And now what I think is that the people that entered have won the competition, of course. So let's announce those now. My co-host, he has won. Ruben, well done. I think they entered 47 and then caveated, wasn't sure about something. So that is it. 1 set. This is awesome. There we go. So there you go. Paintbrushes, all that good swag in there. You can just see there a little figure of a dog. You've got dogs, you got men, women, kids, you got all sorts in there. So that one is coming out to you guys. And what I'm actually going to do is you're going to receive this possibly today or in the next couple of days, because I have it on authority that my brother is coming here today, and then he's going to be returning to Braintree later today. See where I'm going with this? And he did say that he needs to keep his motorbike running so that it doesn't seize up while he's not in uni. So there's a pack. I'll sweet talk him and see if he can wing it over, or you can meet halfway maybe in the next couple of days. So that was 1 winner. So the next winner, oh, I love this. Absolutely loved it. Oh, hang on. Well, we need to teach lessons in, like, you've got to enter the competition or you can't win something for just not entering. And that kind of like lends itself back to a second chance. I tell you what, we'll keep that festering around in our heads until towards the end. I love this, Dave. Yeah, I love it. For those of you abroad, Fox Walls or Brads or Jay, so sorry about this. This is a bit of a British joke here. You are going to burn downstairs for that, Dave, I'll tell you. But yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, so I love it. Benji and Jacob have just been just seen themselves on the TV. Well done. Merry Christmas, boys. Merry Christmas, mateys. That's borderline political, David. But it's funny. All right. So the second prize winner, come on point. I know it's Christmas edition. We're allowed to sledge a little bit on the show. Right. So again, yeah, we've got them going on here. And we've got the figures. And right. So the second track fan to have won this, and watch the actual chat go viral now, because he has entered it for a younger relative, of course. So, Steve at SPB Slots, here you go. Actually, Steve, if you can get somewhere near halfway between Braintree and Chelmsford in the next couple of days, depending on Vinny's schedule, you never know. You might be able to meet up with Andy and Ruben and pick up your set. Right, okay, so there's 2 sets left. And Daz has come up with an idea to put them in the pot for Gaydon, which I think is a valid idea. However, I did kind of sort of get some people excited saying that we should maybe reward them for turning up. And so I'll put a poll. I'll do a poll. Yes. I've been meaning to try and find something credible to do a poll over for ages. And this is credible. So that'll do. I'll just get my note paper. Hey, look, this was what I was doing when I was preparing my shorts. I was forgetting the order of how the leaderboard challenge was coming through. So I was having to remind myself when I did them so I could loop back and say, oh, did you see on Wednesday we did the XYZ car? So I'll just write it down now. Poll. Pump price. Gaydon or show. All right, that means something to me. Okay, so I've got a couple of options for that one. Right, cheers, Daz. Throwing a spanner in the works. Well done. Oh, hang on. Talking of spanners in the works. Not that you're a spanner, but just we haven't seen you in a while. Just quick recovery there. Fished myself out of that one. Morning, Gaz. You all right? Oh, hang on. We'll supply some more prizes. So, like, this is taking off. Yes, young Ruben and young Steve. I mean, that's something he hasn't been called in many years, isn't it, Ruben? The Fords are on top. Now, look, there's slight bias in the room, isn't there? You know. Yeah, I can't believe it. Gaz is here. Nice to see the Bristol contingency coming through. Well done. Okay, so there you go. 43.5. And you have won some prizes. So well done, you guys. Talking about new things to see. If you've not caught up with my unboxing video yesterday at tea time, ideally I'd have liked to have done it on Friday, but I had to work. And then afterwards, there was some other stuff going on, like the filming and editing of said video. So yeah, bit of a big one because it's been occupied for the last couple of weeks with shorts and stuff. However, definitely well worth recommending it. And there's been a lot of love for a couple of cars in particular, but not for the one that I liked. I will share the one that I liked because, you know, I'll just put that on there in case someone thinks my screen froze. But check this one out. Look at that beauty there. That is a lovely piece of kit. Absolutely stunning. Very nice. That is going on the track later. Oh, hang on. I haven't got a track. Shall I build one? Shall we have a little track build? We'll have a track build later. Let's do it. Haha. Yeah, no, I didn't freeze, Brad. I just realized how it looked when I did this. So we'll come off that one anyway. Right, 72 hours to Christmas. How are you ready? Okay, I'm sure there's a song in there. Have you got everything going on? Are you ready? I am, I think, there or thereabouts. All right, I think I've got what we need. Chocks away. Mum, your stuff is here, ready for when you come over next. It's dead easy. So just a bit reluctant to send it to where you live because they don't often make the way through. Yeah, that is a stunning car, wasn't it? Amazing car. What are you talking about? No. You got to be ready for Christmas. Fox and Wall says they've got the 60 scaly version of that BRM. Oh, really? Oh, wow. I'd love to maybe post some pictures on your channel, Fox and Walls. We'll have a look at it. Boykinator's always ready for Christmas, but never prepared. That's a good way of putting it. That's a really good way of putting it. I like that. You're ready apart from 3 cups of coffee and 3 cars. That's right. Anyone not knowing what that means, do encourage you to tune into Slotar's channel. Have a look at his Advent series. Is it your 3rd year now, Dave, of doing this? And, you know, from our point of view, from content creators, it is punishment. It is. I mean, we love making content and we love talking about slot cars and building communities and keeping it fresh. But these Advent series, I tell you, so there's a few, you know, Mal at 3 Rooms, Steve Slots SPB, Dave Slot R, are all doing the Advent series. Now, Dave and Mal at 3 Rooms, they're seasoned professionals at this. They've done it. Mal's done it a couple of years. Dave, as he says, is done it for 3 years, and I'm on my 1st year now. I kind of knew what was coming, because a couple of years ago, if you remember, when Travis turned up for UK Slot Car Festival, we did, thanks to Ian and Doug, and then thanks to Wolverhampton Slot Car Club, and thanks to Hornby and Scalextric head office, we had a series of journeys and trips and experiences and adventures to do together. And then I made a mini series. I think it was 6 or several videos based on each of the things that went on. My God, it was a beast to edit, because if you don't do it within a certain time frame of that event, you lose a little bit of credibility, because obviously things move on, and you know, you should be looking and talking about things that are current. So this mini series, man alive, nearly finished me off. So I have utmost respect for Slotar, for 3 Rooms Racing, for SPB Steve Slots, for doing these Advent series. And I thought, yeah, I'll have a go on that. What should I do? I know I'll do shorts, because, you know, shorts won't be as intensive as making all these videos. Nah, it's the same. It's the same, because you got to have different images on each short, because the cars and the lap times, different leaderboard entries, different music, and then of course commentary, and you got to make it all work for every single short. So hats off to these boys here doing this stuff. Well, there is something that I don't do. I don't do Instagram. I hate the place. I hate what it does to children in particular. So when you're an adult, you can handle it, but I can't deal with Insta. But anyway, yeah, fair play to you guys. So we've got a couple of days left. So Dave has got 3 days left. I've got, hang on, what have I got? So I think it finishes, my last one, I believe, is tomorrow. And then there'll be a closing short on the 23rd. Yeah, that's right. And that's that. So yeah, fantastic. Closing short on the 23rd. Yeah, indeed. So well done, Dave. Well done, Mal. And well done, Steve, for doing it. Merry Christmas, Shane. Yeah, look. He's gone in with a Christmas drive. That is what we love to do. What do you mean you don't do any fancy stuff? It's saying Merry Christmas. No, we should have a go, or do like an every other day Advent calendar. So Advent calendars haven't they half turned a corner in the last few years? Maria's got one now. You get 2 doors per day. You get say today, 21st, you get an AM and a PM. And I wonder why people in the world are absolutely chunky fat. That's why, because you can now, we used to be happy to see what the picture was behind the door. Oh, look, I got the house, or I got the gingerbread man. Now you have to have a gingerbread man. Now you have to have 2 gingerbread men. It's crazy. Just reel back from that. You don't need it in your lives. Oh, hang on. Thursday. Don't you mean Christmas Day, Dave? Or are you sort of letting people know the day it's on? They figured out how to make big money off of advent calendars. Absolutely right. So just reverting back to the question. Yeah, I'm ready. I see a lot of you in the chat are ready too. Let's have a look. I get my partner one with gin mini bottles behind each door. Well, there's a breakfast for you and a half, isn't there? Ralphie boy has an advent calendar. Well, of course he does. He's your like pride and joy, you know, Ralphie the cockapoo. What a guy. And then just to reinforce, look, see, I weren't messing around when I said to you, this is right up my street, this little BRM. It is fantastic. Honestly, fantastic. So I hope that works. It almost looks like you can see the real deal right next to it on the screen. The replication has been phenomenal. It looks like it does in the picture, right down to the color-coded wing mirrors on the windscreen. Yeah, engine detail, McLean, totally. What's this here? Des has got another advent calendar. What is that? The secret advent calendar you put in the slot room. So you have your ritual advent calendar with the family, and then you have an advent calendar at work, and then you have an advent calendar in the slot shed, and then you have an advent calendar around your relative's house. So really, you're doing all right for advent calendars. Abby has a tea advent calendar, but half of them are that fruit and hopelessness flavors, not actual tea. Yeah, do you know what? I noticed that. I'm surprised they don't chuck one of those ones in there that help you go to sleep, because that's what you need in the morning when you're opening your advent calendar. Sleep infused. You like that tone? I thought you would. This would be good on your track as well. Really nice. Okay, right. Moving in then. So we've just been talking about the shorts. And did you see last night's? It looks like we've got a leaderboard takeover by the Ford Mark 1 RSR 1800. It absolutely dominated the track last night. Now we've seen some ups and downs on the shorts as we've been doing them. First big race was the Castrol Camaro, unbelievably good, and then a couple of weeks later, from out of nowhere, the 4x4 Sierra Sapphire took it. In fact, let me just take a moment to share these cars in lifetime with you, so you can actually see what we're talking about here, because I appreciate on the shorts you can't really see a lot of the car because it's so fast. If you get a little thumbnail of it, but it's not the real car. So if you're considering buying a fast car on a Scalextric track, that is, then let's have a look at it. So we talked about the Camaro. So I'll hold that up now and we'll have a quick butchers of that one. Yeah, there you go. Right, so that one is, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. That one is the Camaro, the Castrol Camaro. Looking as muscly as ever. I really like this car. And nicely, right, the bonus is this is eligible for the Trans Am class at Rockingham Slot Car Club. So I'm really excited that I'm going to get to use this sometime this year for proper racing, of which I'm picking up the mantle on in the new year. So then we had the next big surprise, if you remember, was the Ford Sierra Sapphire, which is a car I'm not overly familiar with. I mean, I remember the Sapphires, but I didn't remember it in this livery. So this was it. Now, this is a stunning piece of kit, right? It's a 4x4. Would you believe? Hey, did I just see Harry come in? Hang on a second. Get in there, Harry. My word, my man. See, look, he's tuning in because he's stuck in hospital right now. He's surrounded by Latvian nurses waiting on him hand and foot. So let's be precautious before we offer him any sympathy. But no, honestly, Hazza, nice to chat to you on the WhatsApp the other day. I'm so sorry that it come to you being hospitalized for me to get in touch and find out what was going on. But yeah, anyway, lovely to see you in the chat, mate. And I'm sure you're getting a lot of Christmas wishes there. So what do you reckon, Harry? Because this is a bit of you right here. This would be right up your street. A 4x4 Sierra Sapphire to drive into the toilet, perhaps. I mean, would that be a toilet job for you, or would that be a keep it and race it job? So we had that. That was the next sort of big kind of, yeah, we can't believe it's topped the leaderboard kind of moment. And then we're like another week on, we've been seeing some kind of low table entries. We were expecting a little bit more, if we will be honest, from the Toyota Supra. We expected a little bit more, if we're going to be honest, from the Mazda RX-7. But it is what it is. You know, I drove them as hard as I could drive them within reason of actually finishing a lap without deslotting or rolling. But then last night, you got to check it out later if you haven't seen it, because this weapon, this beast of all nature, this actually, the green version of it, he says, looking over to see if we can see it, the green version of this from last year was my car of the year, the Ford Escort RSR Mark 1 1800. If you've not got it and you're a bit of an Escort fan, you need it in your life. Look at the detail. It's even got, you know, I'm a fan of the cross tape on the headlamps. Oh yeah, it is. This is what a Hyundai boot does to you. Opening the boot, it's one of them electric ones, so you pause it halfway because you're bored of waiting. Threw my rucksack in there and scraped my knuckles right on the underside of the door. I was like dancing around the service station car park like a wounded penguin, like for ages. Good day, UC. All right, Dave. How you doing, mate? Merry Christmas to you, mate. What do you mean, where's the spoiler? God, I mean, seriously, what do you mean, where's the spoiler? It's been on my track. The spoiler is gone, baby. God, that is a nice car. For a 4x4 as well. Completely destroyed the track. Destroyed it. But that, you need one of them in your lives. However, I tell you what else. I've got some Christmas presents coming out in the next few days. So keep an eye out for those. People's Republic of Essex right at the top. That's it. Yeah, Essex boys. Escorts. Okay, right. Will the next two cars be able to take on the Sierra Sapphire? Will it? I don't know. I don't know whether it could, would. Yeah, okay. So I was just checking the order, the pecking order of the slides then. Right, we'll just have a quick heads up from Steve-O. A little bit distracted there. I was just sorting out the set in the background. Like that. Okay, so cheers for that, my good mate Steve. Which leads us nicely into our next segment, which if anyone can't guess what the next segment is, then there's no hope. It's the Wheeler Dealer section, of course, everyone. So we've got a couple of images from Steve-O. I actually picked this one out. I love this car. I like the car. I like the wheels. Everything's rocking on this. It just works, right? So the yellow in the livery works with the gold flash on the wheels, the blue, the white, the black. It all, even the sponsors, the sponsor colors work with the livery of the car. Really cool. Really cool. Has anyone got one of these, by the way? A little cheeky Renault. I know we don't normally buy French cars, but not a bad motor at all. I tell you guys in the chat, you are killing it. This is brilliant. It hasn't been on your track. It's been off your track. Yeah, they're talking about that Escort. I tell you what, right, we've been going for about an hour now. So if you like watching what you're watching, hit the thumbs up button, smash the cowbell, and why not subscribe so you don't miss out. Thank you, Daz. Thank you very much. Oida just landed in Frankfurt. It's Nico, slot car dude. Will be late home tonight. Slot cars are back in the game. Oida, he says. So I love it. He's just in that, Nico's there at the airport. He's just got off of a flight from wherever. His missus is like, where are we going? And he's like, I don't know, sort it. I'm watching Sunday slot car sessions now that we've got Wi-Fi. Brilliant. Punto on the side. No, I haven't driven it. It's Clint Hillard's Fiat. Thank you, mate. Defo, some likes lost in the post. Likes and comments are the good stuff, folks. Subs are even better. Cheers, McLean. Beers coming in later. So that is shot one from Wheeler Dealer. Shot one, shot in the dark. Next. Oh, talking about the dark. How dark is this car? Can anyone please tell me what this car is? Because I would like to get one. It looks mean. Doesn't it look moody, everyone? This car looks like it's got an attitude problem. And I really want one. And the wheels to go with it. They're like those sort of metallic-y blue. Really cool. Deep dish. Look, I'm sorry. I'm just having a moment over these wheels, okay? And I'm sure you might do too. What do you mean that's a Mazda RX-8? Is it? Awesome. Well done, guys. This is where we see Wheeler Dealer pop up out of the blue and say, not what the car is, but the fact that I'm covering his brand. So let me get my face off of his logo. He could have told me. Yes, very nice. Limited edition of 100, I think. Satin black Mazda. Oh, limited edition satin black Mazda. Okay, well, by the end of the next 2 weeks, there will be the 101th limited edition Mazda. So, yeah, okay, right. This can go some. It does look like it can go some, Steve. Yeah, I think we might need this in our lives. Yes, Dave. Deep dish. So I think I've got a pattern emerging here. I seem to be drawn, as you can see from this one and this one, to deep dish wheels. I think it's just because it gives you that little bit of a sort of I don't know, it gives it depth to the car. It makes it look mean. And you know my criteria for buying slot cars. Does it look mean and quick, and can I afford it? Simple. And this looks mean in abundance. Albert, are you still watching? What do you think of this? RX-8 with killer wheels, says Brads. Cool photo, says Harry. Get on the mend soon, Harry. Get on the mend. What do you reckon? Out there. Cozzy, you still with us, mate? You all right? Check this out. What do you think of these wheels, fella? Awesome stuff. But yeah, thanks for letting me know it's the RX-8. Incidentally, it's a bit of a total lead-in, because before we move on, if that's an RX-8, did you see the new RX-7? See what I did there? Speak properly, Pete. Could not resist that one. Cheeky little pun. But that is a superbly nice car. Very nice car indeed. Yeah, look. So I got myself a scaly one, Scalextric one. And John has just picked up a Revo slot version RX-7. There you go. So he's got that, but a Revo slot version. It's Christmas before you kick off in the chat. What, you like that, Daz? What do you like better, Daz? And I've got to get a little bit of market research here. It's too good. This is too good. Right. So Daz is watching avidly now. So I got to ask a question in the chat right now. Here we go. Right, I'm just going to take the lids off these things because they all flop around and it's useless. Right. What would be your preference, Daz, and everyone else's? Would you take the hypercar Cadillac V Series R or the RX-7 Mazda? What would you take? A little bit of focus group here. Which would be your preference? Come on. That RX-7, RX-8 is longer. Yeah, good morning. I think that the Cadillac is definitely the weapon. Right, we'll put that out of the way for the moment. So, oh, okay. So Tara, don't you hang around. She is straight on it with. Should take the caddy. Nice. Neither, says Harry. All right, I've got it. Hang on. Here we go. So Harry has spoken. This is where they would go for Harry. They would go to the toilet. Incidentally, with some slot it spares there, not to trigger slot R about slot it. There's a lot of slots going on here. It's like the amusement centre in Clacton. A lot of slots. I love the caddy, but being a Mazda boy, you got to go with the RX-7. All right, I'll keep that in mind, brother. Dave, I didn't think you would get the hypercar thing. They're so long, mate. They are so long. If you've got a lot of gradient or up and down hills on your track, it's not your friend. Okay, right then. So brings us nicely round to track focus. So we've got some tracks coming up now that are really cool. Really cool. One track in particular, right, is a 3-minute long video. So we're going to get into that and we're going to watch it in its entirety. Why not? Why? Because it's Christmas. And why not, I say? They all look the bloody same. Yeah, well, you know. Oh, were you talking about the RX-7s? I thought he was talking about track focus. I was like, what? What? Paddy is cool, just too new. Boykinator. Hypercar, making me hyper, just looking at it. It is a nice bit of kit. Do you want a refresh on just for you, Boykinator? There it is. Make it nice and big. And I thought this was purple in my video, but it's not. It's pink. And then, there you go. What's better than one caddy, Dave? 2 caddies. So I'm torn. I think I'm going with this one. Right. 10-minute warning, does. Yeah, that's right. See, I've put a screen up, little tease. There it is. Boom. There you go. Woo, track focus. And hypercars, have you seen them? have seen one. You've seen them all. Sorry, I misread that. My supplier says a third of people buying Moffat RX-7 are buying 2 of them. Mr. Revo impressed how popular they are. It surprised him. Cool. You guys enjoy those. There's a couple left that I'm not going to buy for you to snap up. That's it. No, I don't know about this track that goes up the wall, but maybe we can. Right, let's get into it. So, shot of the week. Not necessarily slot car related, but I literally howled at myself when I saw this guy the other day on his motorbike dressed as Santa. Yeah, it is timely, but I just, I love it. It's Christmas. I've got to remind you guys it's Christmas because we can all become a little bit too grinchy and humbuggy for our own goods. It's Christmas and we're going to enjoy it. And here we go. I'm going to impose it onto your lives. But no, I was looking at this and I was thinking he's in a onesie. If there's a slight bit of black ice, he is in for a bad morning. Right. Firstly, talking of timely, oida, oida. See, that's the key word. If Nico hears the word oida, he instantly starts listening because it's likely to be about him. Let me just get rid of that logo for a second. So you can see that is Slot Car Dude in his element. Look at a grin on his face. Look at the concentration levels on his face. He's just thinking right there in that moment what he's going to say to Mrs. Nico about being 4 hours late for dinner because he got sucked into the St. Martin Slot Car Club's amazing track. Look at the track on that. Look at the length of that straight, the high bank corners at the end, the adverse camber on the right-hand side of the left picture. It is just a mega 8-lane track. Mega. And if there's a few people in the world that can yield a track like this, he's your man. All right? He's your man. Because like I've stated before, and if you're new to the show and the channel, then this guy here on the screen, Slot Car Dude on YouTube, definitely subscribe up to his channel. And in addition to that, on Friday nights at 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. EU and whatever rest of the world, him and Lucy Fur Raceway, old Anders, young Anders, before I get some kickback, they do the Slothead Crew live stream. So I often tune into that. If I can't tune into it because I'm racing, I'll tune into it the next day. Phenomenal. Two good, honest guys, just loving what the hobby is about, and they do it. That's a whopper. Cheers, Des. Thank you, mate. Nice track, says Paul. Nice Blue King. Here we go. 2.2 seconds with a wing car 35 years ago on the King. Oh, I see. Nice Blue King. Yes, with you. Look at the bank corner. That's Vince bringing the young track fans their prizes. Exactly. I think there should be some reward for effort there, don't you? We'll sort it out. Paul, good morning. So that was one St. Martin slot car track. I would love a go on that. It just looks the ticket, to be fair. I'm just musing whether Nico took his slot car controller on holiday with him or whether he's borrowed the house equipment. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't put it past him that he sneaks it into the wife's luggage so that he doesn't, use his own weight allowance, allowing him to bring slot cars back. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a poll on that. Nico, well done, mate. Oida. Okay, let's get into the next track. Oh, Robbie Williams is in the house. Here we go. So Robbie Williams, we had a look at, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, we had an intro to his space. So we can follow Robbie and watch his track build as it flourishes over the next few months, years, however long it takes, Robbie. No pressure. No pressure. Because I haven't even got a track. At least you've got a track. Look at it. So he's been experimenting with a few layouts. So he did the classic figure of 8. Now he's got this one. So he's just seeing where the space gives him the best for a track, for his driving ability, and also for scenery, because he is a bit of a he wants to have a little bit of a track with a story, maybe. I don't know. You know, this is the uncle of Archie, Teddy and Maskin from over in Valleys, over in Wales. Here is a superb little space. It's almost like, like a little dining area that you would catch in an older property between the kitchen and the front living space. You'd have a little area like this for dining, which you would pass food through to, eat the food, then you would retire to the front room. I know, stereotypically British, right? However, he's decided that that's a useless space for a dining room because he watches TV and eats dinner. I'm only joking there. I don't know if he does or doesn't, but he's used this space. His brother or his friend has come round, done the joinery, got him a little area set up, and he is on it now, ready to go. So really enjoying seeing you sharing your track with us here, Robbie. And, if it's all right with you, we'd love to follow you on your journey as you build it, restructure it, redesign it, sort it out. The other thing I really like about your track is that you've got the corners. You've got the Bacharach Bend, you've got the Chicago Corner, you've got Bentley Bend. Hammerhead there. And I think, hang on, let me just move my face out of the way. Yes, Bentley Corner is right here on the near side. So fantastic little update there from you. Cheers, Robbie. Thank you, mate. Which moves us into our first video track. Keith Harbison, everyone. So also known to his friends as Bridgerton, on his sheer ability to spend pretty much 18 months building a track with a bridge on it. Then he decided to take the bridge out because it wasn't working for him. And then he's come back, redesigned the wheel, and he has got... Oh, look, he's still watching, everyone. And there you go. Bridgerton has actually got a bridge. He is. So he stitched me up, really, because he put in the group, I think Friday, a video of his track with bridges. So, of course, that led into 24 hours of robust banter. And I was always going to use the video because it's such an epic achievement where Keith acknowledges he's built bridges. And they're good bridges, as you'll see in a second. And packaged it up. Because, the videos that I play have music on them, have logos and stuff, and I've cut out the poor bits at the start and the end. So I packaged the video up. And then yesterday, he only went and released an update of that video. So I've got that here for you guys to have a look at. And it includes barriers. Bless you me. So he's got bridges and barriers. Let's go. Let's check him out. I'll get the right video. Here we go. Now we'll play it again as well. And there we go. I'll have a little look at this with you guys. So as you can see, I really like what he's done here. He's kind of gone Bridge Pro, Bridge Plus. If you're going to be a bear, Keith, be a grizzly. And that is, by the looks of it, what you are, my friend. So I'll keep it on loop again. Just what do you reckon to Keith's little track here? I think, Keith, you found your layout. I like it. You've got enough cars, enough you've got enough track, but you've also got enough green space to do some scenery, but not have to go overboard and do a Lance Edgecombe or someone like that. So that is a great track. Thank you ever so much for sharing that, my man. Most appreciated indeed. So let me know, what do you think of Keith's track? Let's have a little read. Janu. Oh, Janu, where are you? There you are. Janu, right, just before I read through what we thought of Keith's track, Bridgerton's. Good morning to you, mate. Sorry I didn't call you back last night. I tell you what, unbelievable. The Christmas party went on a little bit longer than I was expecting, because I was expecting Mrs. Brown to go about 9 o'clock. I'm tired, let's go. Nah. She was owning the dance floor about 11 o'clock last night. I'm like, I weren't. I was right there next to her. Like this, you got to have a boogie. Anyway, I meant to call you back, mate, but sorry I didn't anyway. We'll have a chat. I'll give you a ring this afternoon. I've got running around to do this morning, shopping, dog walking, all that jazz. Brother's coming over, perhaps. So I'll give a chat later. We'll have a catch-up, Janu. Anyway, going back to Keith's track, McLean's saying that flat tracks make connectivity easier. Bridge tracks allow longer tracks in any given space. Correct. Yes, you get a little bit more mileage because you can go over the top with your elevation. Scalextric has enough flex to do all kinds of grades. Indeed. And, there's great videos out there to bend or form track, namely Boone. Go and hook up with Boone. He'll put his arm around you and he'll talk you through how to do it. And he'll be over in a mere 4 or 5 hours. I love it. Great support for sure. Yeah, he's really structured that. I need more straight barriers. Oh, I didn't know your barriers are that way inclined, but nevertheless, love this, Keith, says Steve. Nice, says Slot Track Racer. Great track from Slot Car 2021. Nice, says Slotar. Now I'd take that. Because, Dave knows what he's talking about, Keith. Lovely track, Keith. Nice track, Keith. Sure, top track. I'm not changing it again. Well, I should hope not. Look at the feedback you're getting, Keith. I tell you what. Oh, hang on. Hello. We've got a newbie, new to Slot Cars. Right. So welcome aboard. Unchained Mentality. Unchained Mentally. I love it, with a picture of South Park Trump in the picture. Yeah, well, respect me. Right. If you don't mind me asking, did you build the Marlborough floodlights yourself? Right. Let's have a quick recap on the video. Oh, I've took the video out already. Damn efficiency. I can get the video back in. What am I talking about? I just need to remind myself of which Marlborough floodlights. Sorry if I've just deafened you all. Okay. Oh, I see. Right. This puppy in the screen. Is this what you mean, chap? So this here, okay, is this 101, right? So Unchained Mentality, if you order one of these from Magnetic Racing, so this is your code. So if you type Magnetic Racing #161, this will pop up. So that's a billboard. And when you're buying a billboard, you get a choice of what billboard sticker you want, okay? So when you buy Floodlight Tower or another said billboard or something that has the billboard with it, I believe at the point of ordering, if you ask them, can I have a Marlborough sticker, they'll give you the sticker that you want. All right. So I believe that's how you get the Marlboro sticker. Now, if I just bring this back up, what Keith has done is he's actually painted it in the brand color that he wants it. So he's painted the tower white, then he's alternated his he's painted his 4 light heads red. So if we take a look at the 4-head light tower that I have, this one, so you can see here, this is what he's got. So he's painted this bit white, and then I've got 8 of these. 8 of these heads. He has 4, so you have a gap between. He's painted these red, everything else white. He's painted. Never work with children or animals, but anyway, he's painted the top bit, which I never glued down so I can get into it, red and white. So it's more of a custom job as opposed to being able to buy it manufactured as those colors. So we'll just have another quick butchers at that. So that's exactly that. That bit at the back that you can see, the billboard at the back, that there is a bit of an upgraded version of the billboard I just showed you in the packet. This one. So this is a basic one. The one that you can see in the image is the one that comes with lights. The black bar at the top of the billboard, just under my logo on the top right of the screen, that is lit. So yeah. So no, there you go. Right, what we got? Finally, you have a good layout. Tara's saying nice layout. Andy, good track. Brad's nice design. Keith. Yes, here we go. So Keith, just as you know, just to tell you, I've just made a purpose of going through all the support and the comments and the feedback of your track so that you don't get itchy feet again and change it. Like Keith changes his track every 10 seconds. He's not happy, but this is a good track, Keith. Listen to these guys. Don't listen to me because I have no idea what I'm talking about, but definitely listen to the live chat. And can someone always remind me to keep the live chat on the TV? Sorry about that. You just had a few minutes there where you can't see the comments on the screen. All right, that was my bad. No, she wouldn't let me do it. I've done that before, DJ'd Christmas parties, and it's not that great. All right, welcome aboard Unchained from Fox and Walls. McLean says he tries to keep his scenery minimal, changes layout 3 or 4 times a year. Okay, so you're in the Rob Sale camp. Rob does that. He gets itchy feet. Brilliant. Aha, there you go. Right. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that, mate. Slot R. Right, so if you're in the live chat, you find this comment from that Slot R has put in there. He's done a direct link straight to that product. So you can have a go on that and get one in. You've got time. You've got time. I find having a good supply of the straight shorts is the best way to get gradient without bending your track. Yep, very good idea. Yeah, absolutely. Similar idea to okay, I see. Yeah, right. Keith, I'll send it over in a minute. No problem. Similar idea to when you mosaic. So that's why people use mosaics, because they're small bits and they can form around corners, as opposed to tile doesn't do it. So there you go. It's so easy, yeah, falling off. Yeah, I know. Brilliant. There you go. No, you don't glue the top, mate. Don't glue the top. Tacky wax. What's tacky wax? It's not that kind of show. Hey, Bo. It's not that kind of show. And then Bo turns up. You couldn't have timed that any better, Bo, mate. That is genius. Right. Okay. Back onto it. We come here to look at tracks. and tracks is what we're going to look at. Yes, Merry Christmas, Bo. Merry Christmas, my friend. You're always welcome. Stick around if you want. We've got it all going on today. We've had a look at some new cars. We've had a pick it up at Pendle. We've had tech issues, of course. We've had my models falling apart live. We've had a competition. I tell you, we have not been hanging around on this show this morning, considering it's Christmas week and we should be kicking back a bit. It's been full on. It's not even finished yet. My Lord, stay tuned. Right, okay, so here's your 3 minutes mega clip. I'm going to leave the chat on the screen so I don't forget to put it back on when we come off the video. I'm going to take myself off the screen like that. And I am going to roll it. It's about 3 minutes. So if you need a bit of light relief, and you can come back and it will still be playing. Anyway, yes, blue tack. I've got some of that. Excellent. Okay, right. Someone here behind the scenes, roll a clip for love of all that's holy. Hey, how big is this track? Imagine that. Trains, multi-levels, the lots. Alrighty, so we're kind of getting a gist on the track. Hey, big, how mega is that track? And one thing, I'll just pause it there for a second. I'll just pause it there. When I looked at the track on Expanse, the first thing that jumped out at me was there's no barriers. There's no barriers. Now, HO, I believe, is heavily magnetized so that you get that kind of forgiveness anyway. But when I had a closer look, I noted that there is these perspex clear perspex barrier. So I think it's quite good because if you like Fox and Wall says here, if you come off right in the middle, then if you've got barriers that you can't see through, you definitely won't be able to see where it come off. And that makes Spaghetti Junction look like a country lane, innit? Ain't that the truth? I'll go for a bit of an overview. Hang on again. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is literally like, where do you start? Where do you finish? Where's the halfway point? I love it. Spaghetti Junction. What did Mark say? Very busy. Yeah, absolutely. Impressive, but too jazzy. I don't have the attention span for that lap yet. That is a big loft. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Mixing 1 in 87th trains with 1 in 64th cars because they both get called HO cars incorrectly. Interesting there. A bit of technical information there. States to us that they're not the right scale. Okay, interesting. Where did I leave my cup of tea? Yeah, the HO Golf tanker I got is actually 1 in 87th scale. Cars look huge next to it. Right, interesting. Okay, cool. So I like that. That is a great from Steve McNearney. I hope I pronounced that right, fella. But that is a wonderful track. Thank you very much. Sometimes less is more interesting, says Daz. Yeah, I think, to be fair, anything you do is going to be less than this track. This is a little bit like, do you remember a few weeks ago, we saw that crazy Carrera Go set? It had all of the circles on the floor and everywhere. A little bit like that, I think. Absolute genius. That track, there's so much going on in that track. It's just incredible. But I just thought I'd share it with you because sometimes, unless you know that's out there, you don't know what's out there. All right, let's yes. Just got to make sure I delete the right thing. All right. Cheers for that, Steve-O. Next. Oh, what's this about? Oh, no. Okay. All right, we're a track down. Let me just get my life in order. Yeah. Ah, okay. Blimey. It must have been serious yesterday. I hadn't. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm one track down. I'll put this track in next week's show. Schoolboy error. What I do, I make the tracks. It's very quick. I make the track, put a video, the logo, writing on it. Then I export it, and then I overwrite it with the next one. So I'm not faffing around. And I mustn't have exported it in a moment of haste. So really sorry about that. Don't worry. You will get your track quota. I promise. But there you go. Anyway, we always like to catch up with Mount Stromolo, which has become a bit of a segment feature to go into Track Focus because so much fun on Stromlo is incredible. Now, just for a bit of fun, I did notice someone pops up about halfway with some seriously bad breath. But check it out anyway. Stromlo is on the march. Go again. Before we do, we'll say goodbye to Albert and Wilf. Where you going, Albert? What are you up to? Lovely. Oh, this SCX Renault Alpine A110 fire is smoking hot. That hot, we had to put a bit of fire in the track. So pull one rear light. Love it. There you go. Right. Thank you very much, Stromlo. We'll report in another time. So Jamie Hodgkiss is a great contributor on social medias. So thank you very much. Is it named after the real Mount Stromlo, an astronomical observatory near Canberra? Quite possibly, John, but I would have to ask them. I don't know. Are you leaving? And I don't know where we're leaving to. We'll sort it out, mate. If you don't know where you're going, what are you doing? Excuse me. There you go. Merry Christmas, Albert, from Germany. Bo is saying Merry Christmas. I got a red SCX Alpine, sticks like paint to my track. Nice. I was going to do a little work thing there, but I thought, nah, I think the work thing is it's the weekend. Okay, so think Scalextric track builders and magnetic racing, 2 peas in a pod. So we did talk last week about the corner shops, the buildings, the regular terraced housing and whatnot. And I did go into some length about the Track Fans raffle that will be starting in 2 weeks for the UK Slot Car Festival draw. This is a mega prize. So I won't go into it now, but I will drag it out in a couple of weeks and just go over it again to remind people, because what we're going to see, and I love this time of the year for slot car people, is we're going to see a wave of people getting slot car sets for Christmas, slot car cars, slot car scenery, slot cars, everything. And they're going to have the bug. A bit like Steve at SPB Slots has got the bug. He is on it. Back from a 14-hour shift, smashes a Guinness and gets on the track doing scenery. I mean, come on. That is literally dedicated. Well done, Steve. So, yeah. So we will run that competition in time, but in time we must add these boys. Amazing. And there you go. Just like that, they were there, the Mag fans on the tour. Talking about good scenery providers, we got the Racing Room extras in the building, of course. There we go, moving it around a bit so you can see. We'll update these slides for the next show. Of course, I'm going to have a bit more time on my hands. And I'm going to work on some rejigs as well to the adverts, I think. So start a new year with some new material that will all be like well seasoned with by the end of that session next year. What we got looking at here, did Albert say Dad said that we're leaving? Okay. Right. I've got an idea what that means. I don't think that was the plan, Vince. But I'll call you straight after. The bug I got. Thank you. It's a great hobby. Yeah, it is, mate. It's the best hobby. I mean, look at all us guys in the chat. Oh yeah. These it's good. It's good. Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget. It's just for fun, Daz. It's just for fun. Okay, so leading nicely. Oh, hang on. Ah, where's her slide? I took the wrong slide out. Right, hang on. We're gonna have to hear from. Right, what have we got around here? So 1 in 32 scale, strictly figures, has a resident slide here in the classified segment, but along with the Geepers video, it seems to have been released. Let's have a look and see what she's about. Okay, and then as you got here, what we can see here is a little plug for the Luton Slot Car Club. Broom track is open, everybody, on 27th, which is a Saturday, for out of the box Christmas car testing period. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'll be reaching by then. I might pop down. We'll see how that looks. We in chat. Let's chat, Rob. Let's chat. I might pop down for that. Have a look. Have a little film. See what it's about. But yeah, so no, I'd love to announce that on the 27th. So 6 days' time, Rob Crossland, Alexis, and a few other like-minded slot car fanatics will be there, ready to greet you, race you, and probably have a mince pie for you as well. And if they don't, nip out and buy some. Right, just to end up the slideshow, because you know we've got a closure. Closure. What am I looking at here? Okay, it's the wrong. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. I was putting the wrong thing on there. So, slotcarmagazine.co.uk, the finest rag on the planet if you're into slot cars. Let me just show you. I've got the latest edition right here. So you got all of these features going on. Mighty Moggy, Blythe Spirit, SCX Talbot Sunbeam Lotus, McLaren M19, CAD Designer's Dream to full engine. 1 in 32, 1 in 24 scale BRMs, Porsche 917K. Oh, which I think is this. You just, spoiled by these boys have got the ear of everyone, partly because they've been around forever, because they're so old. I see Mark now. He's going to come and arrest me because he's a Bobby. There you go. Okay. So, probably discussed this over the weeks, but what innovation, says Slot Track Racer, would you put into a Christmas set for the kids to keep them engaged? How about sound in the cars and a POV camera to send to your phone? I've always said, and I've been on record saying this for a good maybe 2 years now, that I think FPV, first person view, is the way forward for slot cars. It would definitely slow people down from crashing, because when you're if you had like a 3D headset on, you know, like one of those 3D things, and you were literally looking at the camera in the car, driving it, apart from feeling nauseous, if you're that way inclined, of vertigo. If you're not, I think that'll be a phenomenal way to race because it's immersive. The only challenge you would have is if you raced on your own, it'd be difficult because you'd be trying to marshal all the time. That's the only snag. But otherwise, it would be amazing. Sound in the car sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Because the sound on the apps drives you wild after a while. It goes, and it's not even racing. It's just the hold music. Apparently, according to a great shout there, slot track race. I beg your pardon. So John says on Melbourne radio today, they're discussing Christmas presents. Female radio producer recalled wanting a Scalextric set, but never got it. Well, they're never likely to get it now because under 16s in Australia cannot use social media, including YouTube. Therefore, the kids are not going to get the exposure to the toys that are out there in a positive light, the way we try to do it here on Track Fans. And everyone else that I know does content does do it with a view to promote the hobby that they're enjoying sharing. That's why we share. So other people can see it, resonate, go, do you know what? I like that. I might have a go on that. But whilst the kids are not getting this, and, you know, I kind of get it. I was shocked last week when you guys told me about it. Fox and Wolves announced it. And I was quite shocked, but I kind of get it. I think that rather than banning 16-year-olds from social media, I would expect, especially in the technical world we live in, the social media companies to be able to sort out their shop and make restrictions or make observations and act accordingly. Because I don't feel, I do feel with the right parenting, internet usage for children, and this is a big thing in slot cars, you know, a big thing indeed, is like some channels aren't user friendly for kids, which is right. Each to their own on their channels, you know. So you might get a bit of swearing, you might get a bit of innuendo. You know, a lot of us grew up in the 70s and 80s, so it's inherent. It's not by default. It's not on purpose. It's just in the DNA, you know, and it's like turning the Titanic round to keep up with, you know, everybody's feelings in the world, you know, God forbid. You say the wrong thing, like, you know, I'm not going there, but you do. So I think they're missing a trick. I do. I think that's a bit too far. I agree with kids on social media. It's not a great place for them to be. But then I don't know, I'm really torn. Well, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Yep, exactly. Well, it would slow everyone down. That's the point. It would slow everyone down. Yes, indeed. Was a much better sound system than the stuff we have today. Repetitive loops, sound loops that get annoying. I love this. People who say, oh, I hate things that are repetitive, but I love slot cars that drives repetitively around the circuit. See how I go with that. Think Spark Plug. This is going back to Slot Track Racers innovation question. What innovation can we pop in a Christmas set? Spark Plug so they can control the cars from the apps is a great addition. I agree with that. Depends on whether you smash your screen. Depends on how fast your app is, but it'll be good if you need. No, I'm all right, mate. We can just trigger Tara and Paul. They'll just go at it. Mav Slots from Melbourne just posted an hour ago, 8-year-old. There you go, see? The kids are the ones getting around the tech. Well done, Mav Slots, see? Now, I'd like to know if he gets a visit from the police for that, or if it, you know, anything happens about that, because I really feel, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you can make it safe, but give it access. I don't know. It's not my job to know. It's above my pay grade. You know, I sell paint for a living now. Definitely don't do any of that. Anyway, I'm banging on now. I'm banging on. What we should be doing is wrapping it up. See what I did there at Christmas? Wrapping it up. So if you're out for a final bit of buying whatever's left today, good luck to you guys and gals. And if you're not, and you're like me, you've done it all, and you're going to be wrapping it up today and thinking, what do I need to get in addition? I don't think so. I think I'm there. I'd like to wish you a great day and a great couple of days leading up to Christmas. You never know, there might be a Christmas show coming up. Not saying too much, but be prepared for a special. I might have said too much already. You know what we're like. We're scheming here, us content creators, always scheming. Yes, eat, drink, and be merry. Couldn't have said it any better. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas to you all. And on that note, I think it's been a good show. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed your company. In honesty, that's what I turn up for every weekend. Just to, you know, be involved with you guys, have a chat with you guys, seeing what you're doing, seeing how it's going, seeing what you're up to, and what we can work out and what we can solve between each other, because we have some real life issues between us. So, Cozzy, we're all thinking of you, my friend. Don't you dare think that you've got no one with you. All right, we're there, mate. So anytime you need it, call me, call Aid, call anyone around you. We got your back, brother. All right. It is so hard, man. I cannot even fathom what you're doing right now, but I love you, man. You take it easy. All right. Just take it steady. I know how you think and what you like. Just take it steady. And for everyone else out there, I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas, everyone. And for the last time before Christmas, well, maybe another time. But anyway, you know what we do. Let's shout it out together. See you later. Track 5.